3 weeks doesn't sound like a long time. Most people wouldn't think twice about it. It's just 21 days. But if you spent years training consistently, 21 days suddenly feels a lot longer. It's just long enough for people to start asking questions like, am I going to lose muscle? Am I going to get weaker? Am I basically throwing away months of progress just because I don't have access to the gym? Honestly, I don't even know myself. And that's exactly why I wanted to make this video. For the next 3 weeks, I'm going to be away from home with no gym, no squat rack, no dumbbells, no cables, nothing. Normally, I would just spend way too much time trying to find a local gym, buying a day pass, figuring out where to train, or convince myself I'll just make it up when I get back. But this time, I wanted to try something different. Instead of chasing a gym, I wanted to find out if I even needed one. So before leaving, I bought this portable resistance gym, and it folds up into like a small thing where it's big enough that I can even fit into a backpack, which almost was ridiculous considering my normal workouts revolve around equipment like cables and bench press and hundreds of pounds. But the first time I looked at it, I honestly thought there's no way I'm gonna be able to train with this little thing. It's hard to believe something this small could replace a room full of machines. But maybe that's just because I've always associated progress with bigger equipments and heavier weights. The funny thing is, our muscles don't actually know what a dumbbell is. They don't know if you're going to a commercial gym with thousands of dollars worth of equipment or training in a hotel room. They only respond to one thing, and that is tension. If the muscle is challenged enough and given a reason to adapt, it grows or stays the same. At least that's the theory. The question is whether this little setup can actually create enough of that tension to make a difference. I think a lot of people overestimate how quickly they lose muscle. We have this idea or misconception that if we miss a week of training, everything starts disappearing. You skip a few workouts, your arms look smaller in the mirror, your chest feels flatter, and suddenly you convince yourself you've lost months of progress. But most of the time, what you're actually seeing isn't muscle loss. You're seeing less glycogen stored in your muscles, less water, smaller pumps, different lighting, a disrupted sleep schedule. Your body can look completely different without actually losing any muscle at all. That's part of what makes this experiment interesting. If I come back looking smaller, does that actually mean I lost muscle? If I feel weaker during my first workout back, is that because I lost strength or because my nervous system just hasn't practiced those movements in a couple weeks, 3 weeks? Those are two completely different things, but most people lump them together. So instead of just guessing, I'm going to treat this like an experiment. So for the next 21 days, every workout I normally do in the gym is going to be replaced with this portable setup. I'm not just lowering my standards just because I'm traveling. I'm going to be training really hard. Every set is going to be close to failure. And I'm still going to be eating enough protein, I hope. And I'm still going to recover the best I can. The only thing that's changing is equipment. And I might do a little bit more like outdoor exercise and cardio because I know it's an outdoor summer camp I'm going to. And honestly, that's just what I'm most curious about. Is the gym actually the thing for building muscle? Or is it simply easiest to place, or is it easier just to place resistance and apply enough resistance on your muscles? Because if that's true, maybe we've been given the building part of muscle to the gym too much credit. There's also something kind of freeing about stripping everything back. No waiting for machines, no perfect workout environment, no excuses, because every equipment I have is just in my book bag. And it's just, to me, like a resistance system and figuring out how to make every exercise as hard as possible. There's nowhere to hide when your entire gym fits inside a book bag. And I already know this isn't going to feel the same as lifting heavy weights. I'm probably going to miss the feeling of loading plates on a barbell or hearing the weights slam after a heavy working set. But maybe that's just part of the lesson. Maybe I've been too attached to the feeling of training instead of the purpose of training. The purpose isn't to lift heavy things just because they're heavy. The purpose is to give my muscles a reason to stay and grow. Every workout over the next 3 weeks is going to answer a different question. Can I train my chest hard enough without a bench press? Can I get enough resistance on my back? Can I make my legs suffer without a squat rack? Every day is basically another test. And I'm interested to see where this portable setup surprises me and where it completely falls apart. I'm also curious about something else. I think a lot of us become mentally dependent on the gym. We convince ourselves that if we can't train like perfectly, we shouldn't even train at all. It's basically an all or nothing mindset. Either way, we have access to every machine we want, or we skip workouts entirely. I've definitely done that before, but consistency has always mattered more than perfection. 21 decent workouts will almost always beat 21 days of doing nothing. By the time I get back home, I'll finally have my answer. I'll step back into my normal gym, load up the same weight and exercises I always do, and compare everything. I'll probably make another YouTube video when I get back. And I'll see how my physique actually looks under the same lighting. Maybe I'll lose muscle, maybe nothing really changes. Maybe I'll realize that the biggest thing I lost wasn't muscle at all. It was just confidence, because I assumed I needed a gym to make progress. Whatever happens, I don't want this video to end with opinions. I want it to end with evidence, because there's only one thing more interesting than asking, can you build muscle without a gym? And that's actually finding out. So for the next 21 days, my gym is going to be a portable gym that can fit in my book bag. And finally, we'll see if my body can realize the difference. Let's get into the video.